Oh.
Okay, we're going to record
All
the
right, we're being
conference.
recorded.
But anyway, Mike's excused from the meeting. Aaron is not here yet, and we have a vacancy on the Oxford Township Board at this point. So with that, we'll move on to approve our agenda. Any additions to the agenda? If not, I guess I'll just have all in favor signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Hey, Bruce,
anybody
you're on
opposed?
mute.
Bruce
Yeah,
is
you're
on mute.
Bruce is on mute.
Yeah, we got him though. Can you hear
Okay.
us?
Right.
Get the woman in there. She'll take care of it.
It's like a trail manager.
Get the IT manager going here.
I know. Mark is waiting in the wings in case I need him.
So he's going to have a guy for backup, isn't it?
Oh, geez. Yeah. He's my IT guy.
It should be right next to his name. If that's what the,
Uh-oh. Well, they're in Addison. They don't have very good Wi-Fi. What can I say?
Yes, we do. Hey, watch it.
Hey, you're right in the middle there. You're right in the middle there,
Oh.
Linda.
I know. Hey, Aaron's here.
Aaron checked in.
Yep. He's muted though.
Detecting by initials.
Okay.
And he has arrived. Aaron, good afternoon.
Hello.
Good afternoon. Say hi, Aaron. Say hi.
Oh.
Oh, you're muted out again.
You're muted.
Hi, everybody. Sorry.
Yes.
Hello.
Okay.
Yes. We've already called our roll. We've approved our agenda. Now we're going to go on to the consent agenda. Donnie, can you bring that up or not? We have two Bruces.
Yay, Bruce.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Yeah.
twice.
Yeah.
Okay. Jeez. I need,
I can see two of you.
Here we are.
There you go.
Okay.
We're looking good now.
Whoa, we got two of them.
I know. Privileged. We didn't lose any. We lost our caller.
Oh, well.
Okay. No problem.
Okay.
Donnie-
we're on to the-
Donnie's
What?
off now.
Now just put your cursor on top of her. She'll come
Okay,
back.
she's on. I got
So
it.
All right.
I'm trying to share the screen, so just give me a second. So if you want to just continue, Curtis, and I'll pop it up when I can, okay?
Okay, we're going to move on to consent agenda. That would be for a minute approval from February, March. We didn't have any minutes because we didn't meet. And then the treasurer's report for February, which includes the bills of $16.79 and 71 cents.
There
And
it
in
is.
March, here we go. There we go. Good deal.
Yay.
So I can see
Okay.
everybody but Aaron and Kevin. So I don't know who else can see what, but can everybody see the meeting agenda?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So Donnie, if you can scroll down to the consent agenda,
Yes.
which will include the minutes, financial reports with the treasurer's report and the trail manager report right there. If there's no questions on that, there's the draft motion to approve for the minutes. So is there any questions on any of that information?
What did we spend? What did we spend the $4,000 on March?
The 4,800, the bulk of
Yeah.
that, Bruce, in the packet. This is the only thing I had because of lack of people in the office here. But if Donnie can scroll down,
Yeah, she's doing it.
That's not including any of the new stuff for the gravel and all that, right?
no,
No,
nothing of
that-
that's in there yet.
Okay, that's what I was checking on.
The,
Okay,
the two big items is the pay for Linda for the month, $1,500, and then our insurance, the $2,837. And then the other ones were like a DT No, it was Edison bill for 25. And then we had some other minor expenses.
Okay,
That's where yeah, there you go, Donnie. Good. Good. So that totaled $4,856.42.
Okay,
I don't have the supporting documentation for it, but that's what was expended out.
okay. That's for the new improvements that we're looking at in the future then. That's all old stuff.
That's to be approved. Yes, that's something that has not been part of this expense report.
Yeah, most of it was just the insurance for the year, which was 28 and 37.
Correct.
Okay,
Yep, and then Linda's pay, $1,500. So any questions on any of that information?
no, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm good.
So with that, if there's no other issues there, Donnie's going to rotate that motion. So if somebody wants to read that into the minutes, we can use that and move on.
Okay, I can do that. I move to approve the consent agenda to include the February 19th, 2020 meeting minutes. Approval of bills to be paid the amount of $1,679.71 for February 2020 and $4,856.42 for March 2020. And also to receive and file the financial report for February 2020 and March 2020.
Okay,
And
motion by,
receive, yeah, it says receive and file the trail man. Okay. Yeah, we're not including the file manager's report yet, right?
yeah, we move that into the consent agenda now.
Oh, okay,
That
we
one
can
there.
put that in.
So that way there, we move the meeting along. So if you had any questions on Linda's reports, you can bring that up.
Okay. Anyways,
So-
that's my motion then.
Okay, the motion by Councilor Senth. Do we have a second on the motion? Second by Councilor Steele to
And
approve
then
the consent agenda. Any question, Donnie?
I'm sorry, Curtis, and just to make sure that he included the trail manager's report in that consent judgment, right?
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Yes, I did. Yes.
So
Thank
we're gonna
you.
give you the second on that, Donnie. So what we'll do here, Allison, if you can call the roll for us.
Yes. Bruce Pearson,
yes.
Eric Sent,
Yes.
Donnie Steele,
Yes.
Aaron Watley,
Yes.
Curtis Wright,
Yes.
Mike McDonald absent, Allison Kemp, yes.
Okay, that motion carries. We're gonna move on to public comment. Is there any public out there that would like to speak? Okay, knowing of none, not hearing of none. Donnie has no calls or emails to that effect. We're gonna move on to Kevin for your citizens rep report. Anything to report?
I just wanted to thank Linda. I was biking the trail and saw the new signs along Joslyn by Heights, and that very nice, helps direct people to the right place. So we requested that a while ago, and this is the first time I had a chance to see it. So really appreciate that. Look great.
Yeah, I got a couple more to go up and they should be fabulous.
All right. Other than that, a lot of people on the trail, but it's been looking real clean. Appreciate your efforts.
Good,
That's it.
thanks.
Okay, thanks, Kevin, for that report. Next item, Donnie, if you can scroll down, is the request to purchase equipment and materials. So in the packet there, you'll see several items, 8 of them to be exact, that Linda would like to have council approval on to move forward to purchase those. So Linda, I'm going to let you go ahead and give us the reasons why you would like all these, if you need to.
Well, the first item is safety glasses, and we just are low on safety glasses. I threw that in just as a, part of the annual request. I haven't bought those in a couple of years. We're looking at about, $53. The black trash bags, we received a $200 grant from Jeep Wrangler, so that has given us 7 cases of trash bags, so we should be pretty set there. I have ordered another case of the dog waste bags. We are going through a ton of those dog waste bags, but the trail is much cleaner. There's a lot less dog waste on the trail. It's remarkable. So I'm not, they're being used. So I really think it's a good investment. We need a new blade for one of the steel trimmers, about $100. We were able to repair one, but it's not going to last for long. We need another one just in reserve. I also need about 100 tons of the surface material from Stoneco. It's $2,200. They're not shipping anything right now because of the shutdown, but as soon as they open up, I'd like to get about 50 tons in Leonard and then 50 tons down at Oxford Parks and Rec. I've been doing some minor resurfacing here and there at some of the road crossings. It's working out quite well. I'm getting a lot of these greasy spots out of the area. I've been working pretty much exclusively in Orion right now. Donnie took a look at what I've been doing today. A backup battery for our Milwaukee pole saw and chainsaw. The signage for the swans we've already ordered, and as soon as the shutdown's done, I should have those and be putting those up. And stop signs, I was able to get 10 of the state of Michigan stop signs, which I've been putting on the trail. Right now, I'm only one stop sign away from having all the stop signs up until another one gets stolen. But right now, I think the only one that's missing is Walden Road, but everybody else is up.
Okay, all right.
And that's about it.
Is the dog waste making it to the trash cans, Linda?
Yes, yeah. Occasionally you'll have a bag sitting on the side of the trail, but I got to say it's quite a bit cleaner with the availability of the dog waste bags. People are using them. So that's a really good thing.
So with this motion is, I left it generic because I don't know where these items need to be expensed to, but I did put them in two different accounts. Donnie, you can clarify or not whether they need to go in those two or not, but that's where I proposed the motion to, whether it's equipment or grounds maintenance. So if anybody else has any comments or anything on these, I guess identify yourself and jump in.
This is Bruce. On the number 5, where did it go? Number 5, that's the real fine crushed limestone, right?
Correct.
Yeah, that's not for the parking lots or anything. That's
No,
just the
no.
trail itself. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're
That's
not
just-
delivering that now anyhow, so
Correct.
you just want authorization, or you're not sending them a check yet?
No. Authorization, so when they're back up and running, I can just purchase it. It takes about 3 days to get it here. And as soon as we open up, we're going to be doing a lot of renovation of the trail, mostly in Addison and Orion Township is where most of this is going to be going. There's a couple of spots, Curtis Road on the west side, Scripps, Green Shield, Walden, Rochester Road in Leonard, and then we've got a couple of spots in Oxford Township. But yeah, it's going to go
Okay,
quick.
where on the list did I see that you needed gravel for the parking lots? That's a separate?
Yeah, that's
list?
kind of a separate thing. I haven't actually asked for that yet. Those are just projects for the summer. These are things that I would like to get done this year. That's like a 2020 wish list or my to-do list. So I kind of want to knock these things out first and then kind of slowly ease into the gravel.
I just wanted to distinguish between the two gravels. So
Yeah.
you might want to talk to Bill Dunn, and usually he can get your gravel for free. He has for the Lake George one, and for Leonard, he usually can get the gravel, and we just have to pay for the trucking.
Okay,
That's how we did the Lake George parking lot.
sounds good.
Donnie, I see your hand up.
Sorry. And the quarry's closed, so until everything is settled, we can't even get a truck out of there. So it's just.
Oh, no, Linda, on the signs, I
Yeah.
appreciate the signs, but I did notice that like down by Joslyn Road and stuff, you almost need 2 signs. Like if you're going this way, if you're going north or south, you need a sign on both sides, so they need to be
Okay.
back to back. That's the
Yeah.
only.
Yeah, I'll throw one of those out there. That's no
Okay.
problem.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And
All right.
can I
And I
ask
have
on
those
the,
that I need to put up.
Aaron, Any other comments, Allison, Eric, Aaron,
How?
No,
I
you
have
have
one
anything
question.
No.
on this? So
I
Linda,
have one question. How are they getting the signs off? Are they unbolting them, or do we need to like put a spot weld on there or something, or what is it that, how they're getting them?
Well, in the past, they were just kind of like bolted in, so they were just ripping them off. I now have purchased tamper-resistant bolts, and I use Loctite. So far, the only way they're getting those signs, I did have one in Orion taken last week. They took the whole post and everything. So, now they can't get the signs, so now they're taking everything. So, and the stop signs up until this point, they were plastic. Some of them were just nailed on wooden posts, and they were just taking them off or screwed onto posts. So now we're using proper MDOT posts with proper voltage. So they're not taking the ones I'm putting out. So, or at
Okay.
least if they do, it's going to be a hard go.
So Linda, these numbers are not hard numbers. They're just like a not to exceed number that you put on here,
Correct.
except for maybe the safety glasses.
The safety glasses is a case, and
It's a
that's
fixed
from
price.
Global. Yeah, that's from Global.
Okay, all right. Any further questions from council?
Not me.
All right, I'm sorry, one more. I know I said I didn't. The signage for the crossing at Oxford Road.
Oxford
You
Road.
broke up, Allison.
Oh, yeah. For the M24 construction,
Yes, was that handled already?
that is handled. I did talk to Mr. Harrison, David Harrison, and he should be, once they start the project, once it's released, they're going to put the signs up. And so it's going to be signed, and
Okay.
we're just kind of waiting. So everything is in limbo. But once
Okay, and our
we're
DPW
released, yeah. And
can
Don,
put
I can
those
get a hold of him.
signs up.
Yeah.
Yeah, they haven't signed the contract yet. The contract hasn't been signed for the construction work.
Yeah, unfortunately, no.
Yeah, it's definitely a setback because it would be ideal to get that project going. But if there's nothing else, if council's in favor, the proposed motion's there to read into the record. So if anybody would like to make that motion, we'll move it forward. Any takers? Donnie?
I move to approve the purchase of equipment and materials as requested by the trail manager, Linda Moran, in the amount not to exceed $3,164.38 and to be expensed to the maintenance of grounds account and the equipment and hardware account, which I think is appropriate.
I second that.
Okay, a motion by Councilor Steele, second by Councilor Stump to approve the expenditure of $3,164.38. Need a roll call, Allison.
Pearson,
Yes.
Sent,
Yes.
Steele,
Yes.
Watley,
Yes.
Wright,
Yes.
McDonald absent, Kemp, yes.
Okay, that motion carries. There you go, Linda. So
Yay.
spend our money wisely.
Well, I also bought the split rail fence, and it's sitting at the DPW in Leonard right now. So as soon as we were supposed to install that on Sunday, but of course with the shutdown, we won't be able to do that. So it's going to sit there until we can get it installed.
We as in Whammers?
We as in Whammers and Cooper Standard. They donated $300, and they were going to send a crew from Cooper Standards to help install it. But with the shutdown, of course, we can't do anything until they. And then Leonard is going to be helping with the postal digger on the back of the tractor, so it should go quite fast. So.
Okay. And the Whammers will be available once the ban is lifted on social distancing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Very tired.
Probably not. They'll get it done so fast they won't know they even did anything. Okay, board or council members, I did send out a revised agenda, and what I put on there is the master plan. I know it's not due for another year or whatever, but I don't want us to lose sight of it. So Linda, if you can keep us apprised in the future with help me out.
Kristen.
Kristen, with Kristen, that would help us to keep the process moving. So maybe there might be some potential we could move this up earlier to get it completed than what's scheduled for February 2021. So just wanted to alert councils of that we want to keep that moving as much as possible.
Absolutely.
Updated agenda there. Sorry.
You didn't
It's,
have it, Donnie. You had it, but not in this packet.
Okay, sorry.
Any other comments on master plan?
No.
Okay, hearing none, we're going to move on to public comment. Is there any public that has joined our meeting? 3, 2, 1. Okay, no further public. Okay, we're down to council member comments. I'll start with Donnie. You're the first one I see.
Okay, real quick. I'm just gonna pull up something real quick just for a quick discussion about expanding our Indianwood parking lot, and just kind of to put it out there because we need more parking on that lot. And I just asked OHM, which is our engineer, if they could just kind of give us a sketch that fits our planning and zoning, which it has to be a minimum of, I think, 60 feet. And then Curtis and Linda both walked out there and they thought we probably need somewhere between 20 additional feet going to the east, which is this way. And I think it will need to be surveyed because we would have to ask for more land from the Indianwood Lake Association. And I guess that's kind of something that I'd like to add on a future agenda if, you know, the council thinks that this is something that we pursue, because going after the OHA and having them agree to expand it might take months. And maybe it might be a project that we could do maybe even next year. So that's my first comment. And my second comment is maybe Aaron can piggyback on it, is they have arranged over at the Orion Parks and Rec to have harvest. I want to say harvest bread, but it's not golden harvest, to deliver Forgotten Harvest to deliver food on Monday for residents that might be in need. And if you know of anybody that might want to, that has family that needs food during this time, for the next 2 Mondays, they're going to be there 9 and 1.
That's good. Somebody's ringing.
That was mine.
Anybody like the drawing?
Donnie, how do you get a hold of somebody for Forgotten Harvest, or who's the contact there on that?
You want me to chime in?
Yes, please.
All right. So Forgotten Harvest at Civic Center Park off of Joslin Court. That's by our soccer fields. We're considered a super site for northern Oakland County area. You don't need to get a hold of anybody. If you know of any families that are in need, it's $0. We're not asking for, the only information we're asking for is first name, last name, zip code, how many in your household, and if you have kids. And when they come there, we sign them in. They don't have to get out of their car. They just need to make sure they have room in their trunk. And they open up their trunk and they go through the line and we fill it with food. There's no requirement, no payment. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you're from. So any of your communities up there, if you know anybody that's struggling in need, tell them to stop by. The earlier the better, because it's first come, first serve. And so as soon as the food's gone, the food's gone.
Aaron, can you email me that information?
Yeah.
If you can do that, I can pass it on to CJ Carnacchio. He's now our communications manager here. He can send out an email or Facebook if that's okay. I don't know what the rules or regulations are on communication on it, but if that's something you're willing to give me, I can forward it.
I'll send it to the whole council right now a flyer.
Okay.
You're
All right.
welcome to pass out to any of your community members that you know are in need, or even your deputies in your communities, because most of the time they know individuals that are really struggling, and so they could have flyers and they could pass them out, stop at the doors and give it to them. So
Sure.
I'll send it.
Good. Thanks,
Donnie,
Aaron.
anything else? Anything else, Donnie? All
Mm-mm.
right, Bruce. Bruce, you got anything?
No, I would just say that I did go by the parking lot there on Lake George, and it was totally packed, and the people were parked up and down Lake George Road, which is okay because there's not much traffic right now at the moment anyhow, but the trail definitely was being used.
Yeah. Hey, Bruce, how did you like the trail or the parking lot? I'm cleaning it up, making it nice. Is it looking good?
It would be nice, and maybe and at midnight we can expand it a little bit, you know. But when I put it in, I just got it because that was it was a little bit soggy there. But I think things have dried out now, so some of those posts can come down, and we can expand that a little, make it easier for people.
Well, Bruce, Curtis and I were up there, and we've got our ninja suits ready. We got a plan.
Okay, bring a flashlight.
We
Yeah.
don't need a flashlight. We'll do it by the moon. It'll be fine.
Linda, we'll come back to you. Bruce, are you finished? You got more?
Yep. No, that's all.
All right, Ellison, anything to offer?
Trail looks great. Lots of people using it safely. One of our concerns with our police is as the weather gets warmer. Our little section at Burdick attracts people from Frosty Boy hanging out. So we've had our police out there. They've taped off the tables at Frosty Boy now with police tape. But we just want to kind of make sure people keep moving through that area as the weather gets warmer. That's our only concern there.
Nice. All right, so anything else, Ellison?
No, thank you.
All right, Eric.
Well, I think I want to thank Donnie for setting this up. I think this is working pretty good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Good job, Donnie.
Good job. Yeah,
You're welcome.
appreciate that. You know, and secondly, I hope, you know, everybody's got to stay safe. And, you know, we got to keep doing what we're doing. And that's the most important thing. Thirdly, I think talking about what we're doing on the trail, and this, we had discussions on this before. Before we run the well dry, we're spending money here. We got to give it some thought in the future for grants, you know, and really emphasize the grants to help fund this. Otherwise, the well's going to go dry here one of these days. So, but everything I think is going good. The trail's being used, especially at a time like this. And the littering, you know, really, I was really surprised that people would do that. But I guess, is the littering getting better, Linda, than what you were saying? It's still bad. Yeah.
We've got a lot of good trash cans in a lot of good places. I was out and I did a trash run on Monday and I filled the back of my F-150 twice. I did
Wow.
more trash in the course of a week than I usually do in 2 or 3 weeks in the middle of summer. So the trash is exploding. You know, we're keeping up on it. Aaron, I saw your guys out there picking up trash. I saw Mike McDonald. We're doing Leonard. It's just, it's amazing. You get 1,000 people out there with 1,000 little bits of garbage, and it just gets crazy. So it, you know, it's good.
Well,
you know, we're cleaning up the trash. On a side note, ITC, we did submit that grant for $15,000. Unfortunately, ITC is rerouting all of their grant funding at this time for mental health services and to feed people in need. So that grant is gone. I did find a grant writer. She's working for us for free, and we are putting in for the grant for AARP. That grant is more of a beautification grant. So we are going to be asking for some ADA picnic tables, some ADA benches, and some ADA garbage cans to replace some of our older, not efficient garbage cans. So we're working on that. I am putting in for a Home Depot grant. we'll see how that works out. And that's basically a gift card up to $5,000 to be used for any materials you would need from Home Depot. So,
Okay.
you know, that we're working on that. So that's kind of where we're at.
Okay, that's a good summary. You know,
Yeah.
the thought that I had at one time is, what if we put signage up on the trail asking for donations?
I think that's a good idea. They used to have donation cylinders years ago. And I think the last one was just taken out in Leonard. And when we took it out last summer, when we were putting in the little library, I think we found $38 that was partially disintegrated in there. But we duct taped it together, took it to the bank, and they gave us the money.
Well, my thought was, you know, being that we have a website, that we would have, you know, something like a GoFundMe type thing, that,
We
you know,
do have
especially now
PayPal.
with all the people using it, and I'm sure
Yeah.
they're greatly appreciating it. There might be an appreciation that would turn into some donations. Just a thought I had.
Yeah. We do
Good
have
idea.
PayPal. Yeah, we do have PayPal on the website. So if people do want
Yeah.
to donate, they can donate directly through PayPal, and that's up and running. So we have PayPal.
Okay,
But
well, that's all
some
I have,
signage-
Curtis.
Some
Yeah.
signage on the trail would be excellent, because when people
Right.
are walking, they can do that right on their phone and donate
Yeah.
money,
Right.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be
That's a great idea.
that would be a good return on investment on some signage for that. I agree, Bruce. I agree.
Yeah.
Could you look into that, Linda?
Absolutely. As soon as the
Okay.
world opens up, I'll get you a number. It's like,
Okay.
oh,
All right, that's all I
Maybe-
got, Curtis.
Maybe
Sorry.
CJ could help us.
That's what we're working on him. We got to pay him
Okay.
to do something. Yeah,
Yeah.
Aaron, you're up. Anything else, Aaron?
No, just I would, if I don't know how many people are listening, but if they watch us, if I'd encourage, if they're praying people, then pray for our country, our world, to stop the suffering and the fear, and just for healing. So that's it. Just our parks are busier than ever. The trail is busier than ever. I'm confident that after all this settles down, there'll be a revitalization of recreation, as it's essential to you know, their physical and mental well-being. So it doesn't necessarily just mean programming, but our green space. So trails will be continuously used from here on out, even heavier than they were before. So on the other side note too is I got a call from ITC today. I got to give them a call back, but they're anticipating a very large scale trimming to take place between mid-November and December of this year, starting from just south of Walden Road all the way up through Oxford, and they're going to need a substantial amount of access on the Pollyant Trail.
well, they just finished that. They just finished that, Aaron.
Now, this is
Oh.
totally different. This is way bigger. So
What?
How could it be bigger?
that's what I
There's
don't know.
nothing left to cut.
Jim Tedder just called me today and said, so they want to set up a meeting in mid-June. I'll call Jim back and I'll say to get with you, Linda, and
Yeah.
maybe the council. They can talk about it at the next meeting or something. Join on the Zoom call, and that could be our meeting. So
Okay.
that was it. When they said substantial, this last one was, well, we'll need a little bit of access. So when they say a substantial amount, it makes me nervous because I don't know how it could get any bigger than what it is. So
Well, they actually haven't finished up. I've been talking to Tyson and Mike from ITC the last week or so, and they're finishing up in Oxford Township, and they just all of a sudden they were gone one day. So I called and I said, "Where are you guys finishing up?" And they said, "Yeah, we'll be back in a little while." So I I mean, they used the trail exclusively for about a month and maybe 5 weeks. They were continually on the trail. So I don't know how they can get more access unless they're going to be burying those cables underground or something. You know, I don't know. And there's nothing left to cut out there. So, oh well, we'll see.
Yeah.
It'll be a
That's
surprise.
that's news to all of us, Aaron, as far as the second cutting.
Yeah.
You know, so we'll see what goes on there. Kevin, anything to offer?
I just had a question probably for Donnie or Aaron. Clarkston Road, east of Lapeer Road, I noticed it's staked out and they've been doing some work and there's quite a cut through the woods. Is that part of the safety path that's going in, or is that for other kind of development? I also saw a sign for future site for, I don't know if it's senior living or whatever, but do you have any more information on that?
The one right on the corner behind Kmart where that used to be, I think that's where there was development supposed to be there. I think it was what you said, senior and I think duplexes, if that's what you're referring to. But that also along all the way is the safety path going from that all the way to Paint Creek Trail. So that's the connection that they're still working on. Hopefully it'll be done this year.
I noticed they didn't go from Clarkson right to the Paint Creek Trail. They hit a spot and cut into the woods, and it looks like they're going to be building a bridge to go over the swampy area and then connect with Paint Creek Trail there as opposed to a straight line. So I'm just curious. I assume people will be asking about it. So just trying to stay informed.
There's a bridge and it's going over where Aaron had the contractors, where they pulled all those rocks out of there, and there's going to be a prefab bridge that goes right over the top of the water. It'll be beautiful. But right now it looks like ITC, kind of like a scab.
It's a big area. Yeah, great. Thank you.
It's part of the Iron Belt Trail connections.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, we got to get it to Clarkson Road. Any decision on the Iron Bell? Have you heard anything? I mean, our funding for the Iron Bell has basically stopped. They sent out a notification not to spend any of our almost $1,700 we have left because they won't reimburse us. So all the funding has been halted. I also got a call that today SISMA, all their funding has been pulled. So they're basically out of business until further notice. So.
Yep. Okay, Linda, anything more you'd like to add?
No, I'd like to talk to ITC, see what they're up to.
Okay.
Oh, Donnie, the safety path from Joslin, Indianwood Road, Joslin. What's the story? They've got it staked out, but
they need to do bid openings and they need to set up a day to have the bids submitted, and that has not happened yet. And once that's done, they will have to bring it back to the board to move forward on the bid and then start construction. So Jessica from OHM was going to work towards getting a bid date set up in the very near future. And I will keep you and Curtis abreast on that so you guys know, of course, and Aaron would know too. But
Yeah.
I have to go back. So are they pulling back all this funding because they're giving all the money for this COVID-19? Is that what they're doing?
Yes, that's the main reason that it's being pulled back. They're putting their monies into what they feel is a better cause at this point. Yeah. So, but at least they responded to us, let us know, because it's not like our prospects were pretty good to receive monies.
That was for ITC. Yeah. The Iron Bell, I think they don't want to involve the grant coordinators. They don't want them to have to deal with money and financing departments. They just kind of shut that down. But the Iron Bell was rerouted. That was redistributed to other areas.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this, Council, we've really stepped up to assist Linda in this time of what we are facing here. So that's a big thank you out to everybody that stepped up to assist in the trail maintenance and whatever else we can do. And we need to keep continuing that. So it helps her out a lot and keeps our residents happy for using a nice trail on that. Just want to echo what Aaron said before, to keep people in your prayers for healing. Continue the outreach that we can. I mean, it's definitely not the most favorable circumstances we know as a nation and a country, but we deal with what we can to make it as good as we can for what it is. Donnie, thanks again for making this possible for us. I think it worked out really well. A lot of comments of things we would like to do, what we want to do. Forgotten Harvest, get that to us, Aaron. That's a big thing as well. Just, I guess, keep up the good work on this. So if there's no further last comments, we'll have a motion to adjourn and we'll pick it up from there. And if there's anything more, you got my email, my phone number, just give me a call. Linda, get with me to see what you want done tomorrow.
Okay, sounds good. I think we're going to go bother Orion again.
I'll make a motion to close the meeting.
All right.
Okay, motion.
And Bruce, I'll give you a call at midnight at 11:59. I'll bring the BS.
Okay. Get the bill to get us the gravel.
Well, I don't
seconded
think I
that
haven't
motion?
been like wandering DPWs to see if they've got any stockpile and if I have keys, Aaron. What? Who said that?
Who seconded that motion to adjourn?
I'll second it.
All right.
All right.
I'll take the verbal second. So motion by Councilor Stump, second by Councilor Pearson to adjourn the meeting at 3:42 p.m. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Bye.
Okay, those opposed can stay in the meeting.
Bye, you guys.
Bye.